Welcome in to Remedial Adventuring 401, a new real play TTRPG podcast. I'm Adam Souza, and I will be your guide through this fantastical journey as your DM. Prepare for an epic tale with 6 adventurers, each bearing the weight of their past failures from their original parties. Now thrown together in the remedial class, they're on a quest for redemption and their elusive adventuring license in the captivating realm of Alorium. So, gather around the virtual table, wield your dice, and brace for a tale of second chances, daring escapades, and the pursuit of greatness amidst setbacks. Welcome to Remedial Adventuring 401, where new legends emerge from failure. Y'all left off leaving the cave, and you were going to go towards the town that you had just come from in order to inter the body of the half-orc, and I think you wanted to do something else as well in town. Does that sound familiar to everybody?
It does.
We were going to give a proper burial to the orc?
Yes.
That we found in there, and reach out to his family or something?
Yeah. Because the person that died said he would be the only one that, needed a proper, or would have appreciated a proper burial.
Yeah.
And you had taken their licenses so that you have their identifications, so you can at least let people know that they died.
Yep.
And you did that for all of them.
Yeah.
But you took the body of one. So, as you return to this small village, you are able to turn in the body. The church accepts it, and they will basically either hold the body for the people, for the family to come pick it up, or if the family wishes to have the body interned at that specific church, they will also do so. But for the most part, you've at least completed that part of the task with really no issue. Is there anything that you want to do in the church while you're here, or are you done with the church?
I want to somehow find out more about, still continuing this blue flame. I've not had any visions in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I not in the god's favor? Did I drop the ball on something that I was supposed to be doing?
Well, so in reality, and by reality I mean in the game, it's only been 3 days, I think, since your last vision, so it's not like you haven't had one in a long time.
Okay, it's like we've had this spread out.
Yeah. Because your last major one was just before you got to the cultists, and then you went directly from the cultists to the town, which took you about 1 day.
Okay.
So speaking of days and times and stuff, so you left the town early day, went to the caves, did your stuff in the caves, then came back to town. So at this point, it's late afternoon. You could attempt to leave, especially if you want to go back to the exit portal, but in doing so, you would definitely get there at best at night.
I mean, should we restock supplies while we're here? Is there any?
So you did go shopping, but of course you can always pick up more. There's traders and whatnot. One of the things that you notice is that other than that one store that sold clothing, there really aren't stores as much as just kiosks and bazaar type things.
Ooh, is there a bikini coffee kiosk?
Babes and brew?
Alas, no. The babes are blue because it's freezing up.
Undead babes and brews.
Babes that are blue because of the brew.
Undead blue brew babes.
Anywho, you do have access to things if you would like to buy. For the most part, I would ask you if you want to get something specific.
Are we in an area that we're not in our home area, correct? This is a different...
Correct. You are in the southmost country, which is the Ice Shroud Dominion.
So they want to have a board to go look at.
Correct.
Any chance there's a stall for horses? I want to buy a horse.
You want to buy a horse?
Now that I have more skills.
For sure. Looking around, give me an investigation check.
Can horses go through portals?
I guess you'll find out.
I mean, you can lead a horse to a portal, but you can't make it go through.
Terrible.
15.
Okay, so you look around and you do see places that are selling animals. No one's selling a horse per se, but you see someone who's like selling an elk, someone who's selling a reindeer, a goat, things like that. So like there are, things you could possibly ride, but they're not specifically horses.
Reindeers are close enough.
Sure. Would you like a reindeer?
Yes, please.
All right. Give me a persuasion check as you go to buy a reindeer.
I have like no money, so
Okay, a 10. So you'll get it, at face value, which is fine. So after some talking, you eventually settle on that he will sell you one as a mount.
so how much does a reindeer cost?
I don't care. I just want it.
So he has a large, like reindeers themselves are large. Reindeer are much larger than horses just by virtue of like needing the extra bulk to survive. But he also has one that's like giant, like abnormally large. You probably have never seen one so big. It's like 8 feet tall at the shoulder type deal.
Ooh.
So obviously that one would be more money, but if you wanted to get a regular one, that would be fine too.
What is? I kind of want to go for the large one if I can afford it. I have 161 gold.
Ooh, okay. So
It's 160.
so it might be a little bit out of your price range. However, what I would like, especially since you got a 10 on your persuasion check, give me 7d6.
28.
Okay. So it is a little bit out of your price range. It's 280 gold for the elk.
Oh, fine. I'll go with the smaller size.
Okay.
Can I bargain, or is that?
So with your 10 persuasion, that you're getting it basically flat rate.
Oh, okay.
Can I persuade on her behalf?
Yes, please.
Give me a persuasion, but give it to me with disadvantage since it's a secondary thing.
Disadvantage. Oh no, definitely not.
Okay, a 10. You keep it at normal.
No, this guy's like, why are you two doing this?
So for the regular reindeer-sized one, you can afford it. What did you say you had 160?
61, yes.
So it's 135. So it's pricey, but if you want to get it, you could.
I want it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you your elk as a mount. And then now that you have that, just remove the gold from your inventory and then press refresh on the page. And it'll be under your extras tab.
Hollybrook does not heal animals. They're stinky, they're nasty, she wants nothing to do with them.
This Barbie is not a vet.
Came with the wrong accessories. All right, well, you now have a new elk. Would you like to give it a name, or do you want to just call it Elk?
I have to think about it, so not right now.
Honestly, elk is not a bad name for an elk.
It's true. I'm gonna kick the hooves, take it out for a test run.
I'll call it Moose.
You call it Moose?
Yep.
Okay, Moose the elf.
I like
Elk.
it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna call my fish Cat.
It's like telling your husband you got a fish and it's a dog named Fish.
Yeah, you'd never do that, would you?
Yeah.
No, it'd be a cat.
I feel like we already beat this session. We solved the moose puzzle. Like,
you solved my moose problem.
yeah, great. We did it.
Oh my.
I'm just trying to figure out how are we going to get a elk through a portal?
I was gonna stay in
We get a
hotels.
murder Barbie through a portal. We just pushed them
You cross that bridge when you come to it.
on an elk, hopefully.
Moose, pardon. Thank you.
On Moose, the elk.
Oh, we have a mascot now, don't we?
Moose, formerly known as elk.
Moose, comma, the elk.
So, Carbon Fang has bought an elk. Is anybody else interested in purchasing anything before you leave?
I don't have any.
What do they have in way of cursed dice? Because I'm really jonesing, if I recall correctly.
Give me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Okay. Let's see, disadvantage and oh wow, okay. That's a 4. Nat 1 though.
On your net one, you don't find any cursed dice. You do see people selling dice, but nothing that really strikes your fancy. And then at a different stall, you do find a pamphlet that basically says, like, hey, if you see this pair of dice, and like describes exactly the pair of dice you have, don't touch it.
Oh, no. That explains some things. Whoopsie.
Did I return my sled and the reindeer to the people we borrowed it from?
So you are now in the area you can do that at.
Okay, I would like to do that. And then what kind of shops are around?
So mostly, like, other than the one actual shop, which was clothing, everything else is kind of just like a bazaar type booth. But they have all sorts of things.
Well, are we heading back to the capital, I guess?
From the best I understand, I believe that is the plan, to go back to the portal and then go back.
Okay, well then I probably don't need to buy more cold weather gear. What sort of trinket stores are there?
There's several, depending on really like the type of trinkets you would like.
Jewelry.
For sure. Give me just a perception check.
22?
Okay, dokie, you definitely find one. So you find a place selling mostly jewelry, like you said. A lot of them are just like the jewels themselves. They actually don't seem to be turned into like jewelry.
Okay. Anything enchanted?
Give me an Arcana check.
22.
Okay. So with a 22 Arcana check, you see very specifically like one bag, or not bag. It's like it's some type of cloth material, and you see 6 different gems on that cloth, and you can tell that each of them do something interesting. You can definitely get some more information with your 22, but each of them have their own deal. With a 22, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly 3 of them what they are, and then the others you'll still have to roll for.
Okay.
One of them is an alexandrite. Now, this is the most expensive one, and if you hold on to it and you use it correctly, you can actually use it to breathe water, but you have to be physically holding onto it in your hand. It won't work if it's just like in your pocket.
Okay.
That alexandrite is worth 500 gold. The next one is chrysoprase. Chrysoprase? Chrysoprase. I can spell. And that basically gives you the ability to not sleep. So like if you needed to stay up overnight or something, you wouldn't get the negative effects of not getting sleep. But in doing so, like it won't do it forever. You know, there's a limit to it. And that's 50 gold pieces. Then you see this little thing of hematite, 6 gold. It's a little bit untethered, but basically like it's not as specific as the others where basically this has transmutation magic on it, and it would change properties about certain things, but it doesn't seem like you would be able to control what properties and how it changes.
Okay, I would like to roll to know what the others are.
So for those, what you could either give me is a Arcana check or a nature check, either way.
+4 on either, so...
Okay, so for the first one, or for the fourth one, you see a jade. Now, the jade, you can tell there's something Fae touched about it, but you don't know what the effect would actually be.
And how much is the jade?
The jade is 130.
Okay. I think I would like to buy the hematite.
Sure. 6 gold, and you can add the hematite.
That is a very nice souvenir.
I think it might do something, but I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll figure it out.
Just for our records in the future, put a note on it that says effect 73.
Okay. Well, I'm good.
I would kind of like to... I'll see if Hollybrook would and Ihaz might look for, 1, some clothing for Ihaz, 2, some religious artifacts. I'm kind of curious about what they have for sale, or any religiously imbued things. Or, I don't know, next time I'm going to be back to a country that worships the god of death.
So Ihaz actually has his clothes back after the time passed
Oh,
after
okay.
using his boots. He no longer Sailor Moon, so.
No, he's only Winnie the Poohing it.
Okay, so yeah, all right, good.
So, looking around, you don't really see too much being sold regarding like religion, but you do see one thing that pulls your eye, and it's a person who's selling like books and things. Give me a religion check.
Okay.
Is Books and Things the dwarf version of Books and More?
21.
Hey, there you go. You see two of them have basically like a spell imbued in them. It would be a one-time use item, but you wouldn't need to use one of your spell slots, and it could be a spell that you don't have. As you get close to it, give me an Arcana check to see if you recognize what it is.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay, you do not.
Okay. And how much is it?
A lot. So there's
how much are we talking? A lot.
So there's one book that's being sold for 375.
Oh, okay.
However, there's another book that's being sold, and you actually look at it. Give me a perception check as you kind of look at the second book. It's not nearly as much money.
Okay. That's 12.
That's high enough. You see it's actually two books with like a belt around them. So it's not one book, it's actually two. And you realize that the person who's selling it will sell it as a bundle or would sell it individually. So you could buy one book or the other. One book is significantly smaller than the other as well. The smaller book is being sold for 25 gold. The larger book is being sold for 150 gold, or you can buy the two of them together for 160.
Interesting. Okay. I'd like to ask the person what they are, since I clearly whiffed any Arcana.
Sure. Give me a persuasion check as you kind of like speak to the man.
Oh, 24.
Okay. He says, yes, these are ancient tomes once used in the region. And he like can see all of you are obviously not from this area. So he's just kind of giving you a very umbrella term. And he says, these were once used by our great healers.
Interesting.
So if you want to learn what we learned, or possibly even make use of ancient knowledge of medicine and health and prosperity, you could buy these books.
Okay. What's the very expensive one? I basically point like, what's that over there?
He says, that's another one that was used not so much from the healers of this region, but was actually the defenders of the region. They used this to protect.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I will go for the cheapy 25 gold one. I'll grab that.
Okay. You can take the book. Now that he's separated the books, I'll allow you one more Arcana check, but this time at disadvantage.
Okay. Disadvantage. All right. Actually, you know what? Would you mind giving me just a second? I think I might have upgraded last level to something that might help me out with that.
Okay.
But I can't find it. Yeah, so if anybody else wants to, I guess, well, would that be possible so I don't hold everybody up?
Sure. Carbon Fang, do you want anything?
I only have like 30 golds left.
That's fair.
Is there any cheap souvenirs I want to take? Any local?
Yeah, like there's a almost like a garage sale looking thing where there's just like trinkets.
Is there anything that looks like catches my eye, like decorative clothing item, something I can wear on my body? Earrings?
Yeah. Give me a perception check and let me know what you get.
7.
You don't see one that like nothing super strikes like your vision, but you do see one booth that has like what looks like secondhand jewelry and accessories and things. So like at least there's a booth that you could look at.
What about like some survival guide, wilderness guide, or to help me with like future adventures, like foraging guide or survival in extreme weather sort of guide? Sure.
And by guide, you mean like a book or something?
Yeah.
You do find something. There's actually a couple of booths that sell things underneath that umbrella. You see one that sells like rations and provisions, things that you can keep, like dried foods and things like that. Then there's another one that has some like basic tools and gear, one that has shelter supplies, there's one that does navigation equipment, and then one that's about like hunting and trapping.
Maybe navigation.
Okay. So you go to the navigation booth and you see another person. Again, you're out in this freezing cold and there's this person who's not wearing a shirt, just kind of like watches you approach and is like, hello. You need to navigate?
Yes.
Well, I have a compass. I have spyglasses. I have the maps. They are weathered but accurate. We have star charts and we have a navigation stone.
Ooh, what's a navigation stone?
So if you use the stone and you face north, it glows slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And he like picks it up and like aims north, and it glows slightly like a yellowy blue.
That could come in handy. Cassandra, did you say something?
Well, I just was going to say that this merchant sounds like he might be wearing flip-flops.
He's wearing Birkenstocks.
Hey.
I think we have the map.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, the stars or the stone sounds interesting. Maybe it's a star map. Might come in handy.
You want the star map? Okay. I can sell you a star map for 5 silver.
That's cheap. How much are the the stone?
1 stone for 2 gold.
Oh, why is the stone so much more expensive?
It's enchanted.
Okay, I'll get both.
Okay. So that would be 2 gold and 5 silver. Just remove that.
Okay.
And you can add those items.
How many gold go into a silver?
No, 10 silver goes into a gold.
Okay.
So it's 10 copper makes 1 silver, 10 silver make 1 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, done.
Let's say Hollybrook is broke, but she's walking around like she's not. But it's saving her bunkers. So she's looking at like one of those, this would look good on you, holding it up to her friends. And
A temporarily embarrassed Hollybrook.
all the while she's like, I have no money, and what she can't afford is not good enough for her, of course. So.
Okay, well, give me a luck check, which is just a D20.
A lux check?
Luck. L-U-C-K. Luck.
Oh, okay.
Hey, a 19.
Like, that's furious.
All right. You see one booth, and it's literally called the Glittering Trinket. And you see a very like immaculately arranged stall, which is kind of sticking out like a sore thumb compared to the other booths. And you see jewelry, you see accessory, you see cosmetics, you see just trinkets, and just like other like glamour finds you would get. But they're all like, pure aesthetic.
Does anything catch her eye? Like anything like pop out? Like, hey,
So you see, like, on the cosmetics, these are things that you normally don't see because this is a different country's cosmetics. And you see these glass jars of shimmering body powders. They're colored gold and silver and rose gold. You also see, like, rouge compacts with, like, mother of pearl lids. And, like, as you, like, touch it, it, like, is cool to the touch. And that's normal because you're in like the Ice Shroud Dominion. But normally, like if you hold something in your hand for long enough, it just like heats up with your body heat, which also being a zombie, maybe not, but it's staying very cool to the touch. And you're like, oh, maybe there's something special about that. And then you see these really deep plum lip stains and also some ruby lip stains. And then you see perfume vials, 2 of which you see moonlit jasmine and you see velvet amber.
Oh.
Do they have face masks?
No face masks, sadly.
But how much are they?
What would you like? You see this woman behind the booth. She's a Goliath woman who's very tall compared to you, and she looks down and she's like, little girl, what can I get you?
How much for the moonlight jasmine?
I'm gonna say I want to say a persuasion check, but For you specifically, I would actually like an insight check as you like before you even ask her.
Hey, a 23.
Shit. All right. You see something on her, you kind of compliment it on her, and you like basically become very quickly connected with this lady. And she says, normally I would sell this very high price. There's very few of these left. These were made a long time ago. This is one of maybe 13 vials still alive. But I like you. I could sell this to you for 20 gold.
What makes it so special?
Well, the ingredients used, most of them do not exist anymore.
Am I able to smell it? Like, can I pull the stopper off and take a whiff, or is it...
She does it very professionally. She takes, like, a little strip of paper, and then she, like, spritzes a very small amount and hands you the paper. And, yeah, it actually smells really amazing. Like, there's something about it that you can't quite put your finger on, but it smells really, really good.
Is it like something I should recognize, but yeah, that's just...
Give me a history check.
Like, is it one of those things like my body's reacting to it and I just don't know why? 14.
Okay, with a 14, this is definitely like a type of scent you have never smelled in your life. But basically, the best equivalent that I can explain is like, have you ever read about like old perfumes and how they had like weird old-timey ingredients like beaver anus and whale throw up and all these weird things? You're like, why would that smell good? But it just does. It's basically like that.
I'm sorry, did you just say beaver anus?
That's actually what I just wanted to bring up. He wanted to look for scents that remind him of like whale vomit. Not nice smelling things, but like if there's any off-putting, unusual perfumes, that's what he wants to look.
Hey, if you find whale vomit, you can make a lot of money off of it.
Yeah, ambergris is very expensive. But it's basically that type of thing. So it's like, it's definitely a good smell, but it's using ingredients you've never smelled in your life. And then what I would also like is either a Arcana or a Religion check.
At some moment, these decent rolls are going to come around and bite me in the butt.
Had a faint whiff of muskrat scrotum.
You said Arcana, and what was the other one?
Either Arcana or Religion.
Hey, a dirty 20.
Okay.
For Arcana.
With a 20, you know how like scents bring back memories?
Yeah.
So you definitely weren't necessarily smelling this smell before. Like you've definitely never smelled this smell before. But something about the smell, perhaps one of the ingredients or perhaps just the way that the things are combined, does immediately make you have the memory of the very few times you've had an interaction with your blue flame god.
Oh,
okay.
Blue flame deity smells like beaver anus. I'm intrigued.
Just so you know, beaver anus smells like vanilla.
I was going to say Waffle House.
Like freshly cooked pizza rolls.
Okay. I'm gonna really have to look up
Cinnamon beaver anus.
There you go. It's called Castorium.
That's the scent from beavers?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
What animal smells like popcorn again?
That's just you having a stroke.
No, there's dang it, I would forget.
The binturong, also known as the bear cat, is a mammal from Southeast Asia that smells like popcorn. Chemical 2-acyl-1-proline in their urine is responsible for the scent. Okay, fun. Oh god, it looks ugly.
It was on one of the...
Oh no. Why?
Makes sense.
Anywho.
Anyhow,
how much is the container that always remained cold, the blush or whatever that was?
Oh, the Rouge Compact with the mother of pearl lids?
Yes.
She'll sell it to you for 5.
What endangered animal's ball sack is in that?
Just a clam.
So I've only got one ball.
Clam sack.
clam sack.
So I ask her, How come it stays so cold? Like, is there magic to the case or anything? And
Yes, it's enchanted to always stay cool to the touch. If your body heat was to heat up the rouge inside, it would break it down.
is there a deal if I buy both?
Give me another persuasion check.
Ugh, 6.
She says, I'm already giving you quite the deal.
Then I will take both.
Okay. 25 gold.
Now she is really broke.
And I'd like to buy the cheap book, and I do not have anything that will help me do that.
Okay. You buy the cheaper book that is 25 gold. Did you give me your second Arcana check?
Yes, I did.
And you failed?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you don't know what it does, but you have a book.
Hey, it's just
I
so
never
kind of
learned to
style.
read.
What do I specifically add now?
And it was 25, right? Sorry. real quick.
Yes, 25.
Okay.
So these are going to be custom items, so you have to add a custom item, and then I just put the descriptions in there. Just one could be just Rouge Compact, and then you can put the rest in the description, and then one would be Tiny Perfume Vial, and then you can put the rest in the description. So you wanted to look for weird smells?
Yes, stinks.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Hey, not bad. 15.
Okay, with a 15, you find exactly what you're looking for. You didn't really look for it, you smelled it.
Yeah.
And you see a place with a small little like cardboard looking sign on the front that just says Ethereal Essences. And you also see someone who looks very different from anybody here. He's obviously not native to this region. You see a man who has like really thick hair, but you also see like horns coming out of the forehead.
Oh.
But other than that, he looks like a regular man, and he has otherworldly scents around him. You see like different liquids. You also see like incense sticks and all sorts of different things. So depending on how you want to do it, you have them. And they're all like named really weird shit. Like some of them are just like straight up what it is, but most of them have like those names that they just want to give it to it, like Essence of Echoes. And it's like, okay, what the hell does an echo smell like? But yes, you have a choice and also a new person to speak with.
Oh boy. Yes, I'm looking for some unusual scents. In particular, things that smell like wild animals.
Well, if you want animals, I have animalistic aromas here. I have 3 different. This one is Chimera Musk. This one comes from the feather of the rock. And this is a Moonshadow Pelt essence.
Okay, yeah. What would I roll to see which one smells the funkiest?
No, nothing needed. The Chimera Musk is definitely stronger than the other 3, and also the most funk.
Okay, how much is that?
For you, give it a persuasion check.
Okay. 9.
Okay. For you, I give for 30 gold.
I'll take it.
Okay, happy customer.
Yeah, very happy.
Give me either an insight check or a perception check with a disadvantage.
Okay, I'll do insight. 11.
This man is strange.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
So do I add the, what is it, Chimera Musk?
Chimera Musk, yes.
Custom item?
Custom item.
Okay.
Are there any poisons around?
Ooh. With a poison, since they're not going to necessarily sell it as poison other than just like rat poison.
Yeah.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
You gotta go to the dark web.
What they call the back alley.
Run by a spider.
11.
Okay, with an 11. At first, you don't think that this group might have poisons. It does seem to be kind of like an open-ended community type thing. It doesn't seem like these people are always here. However, You eventually find this one stall that is selling like herbal remedies and spices and things, and it doesn't really catch your eye visually, but then you read the name of the store, and the name of the store is in a different language, but you know this language. And in that language, it's the Serpent's Kiss, which is a weird way to name a store. And you kind of put two and two together, like, oh, like a serpent, if it bites me, aka kisses me, it's going to poison me. So they might have poison. So you definitely don't see poison laid out on the booth, but you have a feeling that if they're going to get anywhere, it would be here.
Okay.
And you see a woman standing behind.
Okay. So I want to go over and see what they have.
For sure. So again, the base things that you see are like colorful jars with herbal remedies, exotic spices, and perfumes. But you can tell that she probably has she's in a stall, so there's no back room. But you know she probably sells things if you ask appropriately.
Does she have Aqua Tofana?
What kind of check do I need to do to ask appropriately?
Do you have Thieves' Cant?
Do I have yes, I do.
Okay, so then give me a persuasion check.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Cat just sneezed on my face. Okay. So you basically, what you do is you talk to her in common, and you say something completely mundane. You're like, oh, the weather, and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, what you have asked is like, do you have anything more potent? And she looks at you slyly, and she says, for a discerning customer, I do have some things that I normally keep for myself. Coffee. Yes, coffee. How strong of coffee are you looking for?
Something pretty strong.
If you want something very strong, that'll be the last coffee you ever need. She pulls out this.
I like smoking.
I don't know where that's going to end. She pulls out a little metallic vial, and she says, "This is the namesake of the store."
Oh, okay. So, how would that coffee be best served?
Well, if you don't take it directly, you could always mix it in with your food, or perhaps using it on a blade and shaving very close to the neck.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much is that coffee?
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. 19.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for her base price, but she's gonna give you a discount. Because it is very rare that I find a coffee connoisseur, I will sell for 30 gold.
I will take it. Thank you so much.
Remember, you only get one drink.
Oh, I will. What do I call this?
Viper's Kiss.
Okay.
Cold brew. Nitro. I'm just gonna go along with it because I'm afraid she'll get me next.
She's only got enough for one cup. You're fine.
Anybody else need anything else?
I do want to put a little of that perfume on.
Sure. You put a slight spritz on it. Give me an Arcana check with advantage.
15.
Okay. With a 15, you put it on, and for the rest of this day, any charisma-based checks you'll have with advantage.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Somebody's pretty.
Somebody feeling good.
Smoking. Good.
So what I would like you to do, Hollybrook, is also in the description of that perfume, put 10 uses, and you've used one.
Oh yeah, what about my musk?
5 uses.
Got it.
What about the book? Actually, the 25 gold book.
1 use.
Okay.
Speaking of which, do you wish to show the book to one of your more magically imbued friends to possibly help you?
Oh, yeah, I hadn't even thought about asking for help. Yeah, I take my my purchased book and be like, "Hey, what is this? Look what I got. What is it?"
Would anyone like to take a look? It's going to be
I
an
will.
Arcana check.
I have
Hey.
purchased a very valuable tome that
Oh,
possesses
buddy, did you
healing
want to learn how to
properties.
read?
I would appreciate some guidance.
I got a
on,
22.
Okay.
This basically is a reskinned version of a divine scroll of Cure Light Wounds.
It's Cure Light Wounds, buddy.
Huzzah!
Did somebody get ripped off?
I mean, Cure Light Wounds
No.
for 25 gold is not that bad, to be honest.
And if I recall correctly, anybody can use this, right? It's not like...
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. So it's like I could toss this to somebody and they could cure light wounds. So
I was
Okay.
like, cool.
Eustace just gets out a big fat Sharpie and just writes cure light wounds on the probably very nice leather binding.
So yeah, it's 2d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So some of your more magic friends would get a better benefit out of it, or if they use it, they'll have a stronger effect, but anybody could use it.
Nice. Excellent.
Do we need to get our new mascot, Moose, anything?
Would you like anything?
Does he need a leash? Or little booties?
Maybe some bells.
Or carrots.
So Carbon Fang had bought it from a vendor kind of person, and she points it out, and they do sell things. So if you want to buy, equipment or accessories or whatnot.
Oh, Hollybrook's now officially broke, but
Also, are we shopping to avoid the eye of the CIA, which honestly is very capitalist of us?
I thought we were just making the pitch stop for souvenirs before we head back.
Exactly. Is there actually, you know what? That is an excellent point. Thank you. Are there any maybe smoked meats, preserves, any kind of local food delicacy that maybe we can give to our boss when we tell her that we just kind of left a bunch of golems?
There you go.
Square watermelons, perhaps?
You don't see any specific ones here. However, there was the one store that Carbon Fang was looking at that did sell rations and provisions. They had jerky and biscuits and fruits and nuts and things like that, but it's not really like a taste of Ice Shroud type deal. However, you do know that there's that restaurant on the way back, if you go to the same one, and they had the specialty food. But whether that lasts or not, you're not quite sure. But if you can do it in a day, it's probably fine.
Okay.
I also know the group that table over there has got some really good perfume if we want to bribe our boss.
You know how you travel to a new country and then you go to a farmer's market or something, and there's these repeating stalls selling the same things over and over again. You know that it's the local delicacy or local arts and craft or whatever. Is there anything like that?
You don't really see that here. This area is really not known for their food.
So what you're saying is we're not going to find any pre-wrapped gifts of obligation?
I mean, there are some, specialties to be found. Carbon Fang, if you would like to give me a luck check, just a 1d20, one above a 10.
And I'm thinking worst case scenario, technically some local delicacy is going to be coming with us. We just got to prepare it when we get there.
Oh, that's a 7.
So with a 7, you don't quite see anything that catches your eye. Most of these are just, it's they're really not expecting to get travels. It's more so just other people from the Ice Shroud Dominion coming
Is there
through.
a wine cellar?
You do not see wine, actually, surprisingly. They had spices and things, but no wine.
Can I go to the spice stall?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
You see the spice. You can tell that none of these spices are from the Ice Shroud Dominion. They've all been imported here, and then they're reselling it to the people of the region.
Would there be anything that would be rarer where we're from than it is here, or just in general?
Give me a nature check.
Okay. An 8.
So you're not quite well versed in spices. Like you know enough that you can cook, but you don't really know like what's rare and what's not. Also, like having grown up, you had like a little bit more than maybe the base people of your region.
Okay, well, I still think we're gonna get her a little small satchel of spice. So what do we got?
Sure. I mean, they basically give you a wide variety. Give me a luck check to see if you get something worthwhile.
Okay, 16.
Okay, cool. They give you some orange powder. You didn't even ask what it was, but they give it to you.
Oh, nice.
Ice
Nailed it.
Shroud flavor blasted extreme cheesy powder.
It's Cheetos flavor blasted, Death God flavor blasted Cheetos. I'll take it. All right.
All right. Is there anything else that the group needs or wants?
I want to know if the elk is letting me ride it.
Sure. Give me a animal handling with advantage.
Oh no. Oh, is it a 1 and a 2? Oh, 1 and a 7.
It's a 1 and a 7. So with your 7, but you do have a +5, that is a 12. So the elk is not used to you, and after several attempts, you're eventually able to get on the back of the elk, but you definitely don't feel that you are fully in control. But you do feel that you are in better control than you would have been yesterday.
There you go. I mean, we're still friends. We just met. So
Yeah.
it takes something. Nice. I'm riding the elk. Or moose.
Moose. All right. So the group now wants to start headed back.
Yeah, I think we go.
Alrighty. So, did you want to stop off at the restaurant, or did you want to just go straight?
You know what? I'll poke my head in real quick and see if they have anything that would be on the menu that would be like something you could take home.
For sure. So, in order to get there, what I would like is a group survival check, please.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
We're fucked.
Oh, that's a 7. So
7, 14,
Oh shit.
10.
We're supposed to be doing survival.
Oh, and that one.
Oh, that's a 4.
Okay. So blizzards are coming, I think. Oh my god. Okay. So
Does the elk get its own check?
all right. So as you start leaving town, you very quickly start getting pelted with snow once again. You do feel like you're on the path correctly, but you feel that the weather is inclement and is not really conducive to travel. You have a couple of choices. You can weather your way through, in which case it will take you a lot longer, but you could probably get to that restaurant. 2, you could stop and make some type of camp and just like wait the storm out. Or you lucked out in the sense that you're actually still very close to that original village if you wanted to just turn around and go back to the village.
Back to the village.
back to the village. We're not making the same mistake twice.
All right. So you go back to the village. Where would you like to wait out the storm? Do you want to go to that same place you started in with the fire in the center?
Why not?
Yeah, if anybody else has any objections.
Works.
Nope, sounds good to me.
So you go there. The fire is still going on, and you can tell that because time has passed, they've had to like replenish the wood and whatnot. And it's cozy. There's enough space for all 6 of you to kind of expand and lay down. And if you want, because it is like late afternoon, if you want, you can just take the rest and go to sleep.
Okay. I think Eustace is down for a nap.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
Well, I am sleepy.
All right. Well, then everybody can take a long rest. In the next morning, you attempt to leave early, and luckily the weather is on your side. Leaving, you make your way a few hours, and just before lunch, you make it to the restaurant. And they do have the more specialized food, because Hollybrook remembers having eaten the food that was very specific to this location. So if you wanted to get some of the things from here, you could. It's really up to you what you would like to do.
It makes a dead body feel good.
Weird.
What was on the menu again?
They have appetizers, they have soups and salads, and they have the main courses and desserts as well as beverages. So let me copy this over for you, because I still have this on last time.
Can we get some dried tea to take?
Ooh, that would be a good idea.
Sure, give me a persuasion check. It's not a Beyond's approach, but it's also not common.
I got an 11.
They kind of like think you're weird, but they'll sell it to you.
Yeah, I don't care if people think I'm weird. Look at me.
Sure.
Yes, I would like an assortment of your teas. Tea bags, no water.
They fully expect you to just eat it. They're just like, I don't get this woman. But yeah, they bring it out.
I just fold it into a little envelope and put it in my bag.
Anything else? Either for the group to eat or to bring back.
I think that's fine for me. Anybody else?
I'm good.
I was trying to figure out an iPad.
I would like a celestial cheesecake for here.
For sure. They will bring that out to you.
Again, Hollybrook's broke at the moment, so
I'll buy you a snack, Hollybrook.
so she's gonna go. Well, I'm not hungry right now, so
Okay, well then starve.
she's not gonna tell people that she's broke because.
Oh, I pay attention, so I know she's broke, which is why I offered to buy her food.
Oh man, those fried phoenix wings are calling my name.
I think that's what you got last time.
Yeah, I need more.
In real life, those do sound pretty good.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna go with the golem stone soup and a dwarven brew.
I'm gonna go for. I gotta do it. Who knows when I'll be back? I need fried phoenix wings, and I'll also take a dwarven brew as well.
Would you say it's a safe food?
It is. It's very safe.
I'll take the elven garden platter and the elven elderflower elixir.
Nice. Ooh. And anything for Carbon Fang?
Get her the seafood platter.
I was just gonna say, we're folks to light sounds good.
There we go.
So everybody has a nice lunch, and everybody gets inspiration if you haven't already had it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Inspiring lunch.
All right, so you are taking back with you the teas. Anything else?
What's the scuttlebutt like in the area? Do we hear any good stories or anything?
You hear a couple of the same things that you heard before. Someone was still talking about the Frostfire Cavern, which you guys just went in. You heard about Lady Isolde, which is going to celebrate the winter solstice.
When is the winter solstice?
Actually, quite soon, within the month.
Should we stay for a party?
Kind of what I was thinking.
I mean, if you want to stay for the party, you definitely could.
Those golems aren't going to party with themselves. We're hard at work, very hard at work.
Real hard.
Oh, would you like to stay in the region for the celebration?
What's the likelihood we get back, give our report, and convince us to send us back here for the party?
That's also feasible. You definitely have enough time.
Hey, I say do that.
What, give the report and then come back for the party?
Yeah, if we want, yeah.
I mean,
Further research required.
We work for the CIA now. I feel like we should be able to take teleport paths whenever we want to.
But then solstice is celebrated everywhere, right? So does it make sense to...
Well, perhaps a place called Ice Shroud Dominion might do something special.
Yeah.
I mean, new cultures, new foods.
We're already here.
So you would know that the winter solstice is in about like 9 days, so like a week and a half.
Oh,
so
okay.
you do
That's a
you do
little
have
long. Yeah.
yeah, you do have time that like you could make it back and then come back here.
I say we do that. Because we can give our report and then ask if they want us to come back to keep an eye on things for a little while.
Okay.
Or see if we can find more points to get in the area.
Saving the world comes after the party. I mean,
Obviously.
priorities here.
So you guys go back to where you came in from. You go back to the tower.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. So you go back to the tower and you meet Commander Halric Frostbane. At this point, it's like late afternoon, early evening, so like turning around to like almost 5. And he sees you coming. He's like up in this random tower in the middle of nowhere, and he's definitely spotted you by the time you come. As you approach the tower, you go up the ladder and you meet him. He says, "Aha, I see that the cultists are still doing their thing, but what news have you brought?"
All good news.
They're just building them for to help with farming.
Farming.
Yes.
After a thorough investigation, we have conclusive evidence that everything is fine. No worries.
It all seems to be on the up and up.
I don't see anything wrong there.
He like squints his eyes at you. You are not lying. You are being truthful. So I would like for the both of you who have both spoken to give me a persuasion check.
22.
Hey.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
So-
use inspiration.
Sure.
Can I use inspiration on
Yeah, you
that? Can we
can.
do that roll?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's a 12. Okay, 18 actually.
Okay.
18.
18. All right. So with an 18 and a 22, averages out to a 20, which is good. He's going to make a wisdom save because basically he doesn't want to believe you. Okay. But with only an 8, he trusts you enough. You're being honest with him. He doesn't sense that you're lying. He doesn't like what you're saying. So he's not like, oh, this is a doppelganger or they've got to him type deal. But he doesn't quite believe you. And he says, so you have proof of this. What proof do you have? Can I see?
For the director, I have proof.
I point to her like, boom.
I see. Well, if you don't want to tell me, that's just fine. But they better not do anything. Let's go. And he starts heading down the ladder. And he's going to bring you to the little ruined chapel. And as he looks over at Carbon Fang riding an elk, says, this one's new, yeah?
Yeah,
New
I got
recruit.
New recruits. Well, always good to have more numbers, I suppose. He opens up the chapel, brings you in, and says, please enter and go to the center.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all,
So be it.
All right. So you all go into the place. You see the same mosaic on the wall that you saw the last time, and the runes glow slightly, and then the walls are a new picture, which again was the original place that you had left from inside the Lorium. So you know
Hooray.
you have returned. However, it is starting to get dark. It's not particularly late. It's just, wintertime at 5 p.m. It gets dark. It's up to you what you would like to do. You could go straight to the ministry, or you could wait for tomorrow.
Straight to the ministry.
Boom.
yeah, let's get this done and over with.
So you go straight to the ministry. Who the hell were you talking to?
I thought it was the lady.
There was a man and a woman. I don't remember. Whoever it was, you see them, and they're like, oh, you're back. Good news, yes?
Indeed.
Very.
Do tell.
After a thorough investigation, it seems they're building the golems to help with farming.
Through the magic of agriculture.
The person is looking at you very deadpan. It's kind of hard to get a read off of them. Someone, if you would like, give me an insight check.
I would like to. That's a 12.
This person, it definitely doesn't seem... I don't want to call this person unreasonable, but the last person you would talk to, at least when you explained things, he took it in stride. This person seems a lot more immovable. And as they kind of just like stare at you with no emoting whatsoever,
I
You
stare
get-
back.
yeah, you get that like that Cuban whatever thing.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, the Cuban Missile Crisis.
I think it's the Cuba Missile Crisis.
As you
All
kinda
just
stare at him.
agriculture.
Well, I have to ask, in this situation, which one of us is Kennedy?
I don't know. I guess this person? I don't know.
Somebody find Lee Harvey Oswald.
I would suspect that
Big
Holly
piles of
Brooks
mud.
really good.
I saw a golem, I did.
Golems were planting flowers, and flowers alone.
These golems are for horticulture.
So
you
this
know what?
person is not receptive.
Boy!
I would like to pretend to be something of an Elorium nationalist and be
Okay.
like, this is a very much a coworker move along kind of thing, and I'd like Eustace to be like, this ain't it, we didn't get him. To them, being like, we tried, we didn't get him.
You're not particularly lying, but I'd allow you to give me a deception or persuasion.
Oh, okay.
I
Let's
got
see.
+6 to persuasion. Can I?
I have +8.
I'm gonna have Eustace do. Oh, and that one. So Eustace has.
How do you do,
great
fellow
idea.
racists?
Okay, so Eustace has a very good idea, but a very bad execution of the idea.
And he trips and just yells a bunch of slurs.
No, I think
His-
they'd like me if I did that.
Yeah, his coexist bumper sticker is showing. All right, so you definitely fumbled. Eustace has tried to appeal to their nationalist side. The idea was not what was wrong; it was just the execution of doing so. Does anyone wish to kind of swoop in and distract? What's your plan of attack here?
I'm guessing Holly Brooks got a really good dead stare at this point.
Somebody pretend to be racist. Help me out.
Dead staring at us. Can we just dead stare him back?
I mean, if you would like to, you could. Maybe not you in particular. Let me look at your people. Who is good at intimidation?
I have a +5.
I got +3.
Yeah, no.
So the +5 sounds.
Do you want to get on my shoulders and roll intimidation so you can stare him directly in the eyes? Alright, let's do this.
I got a +11 for Valley Girl. How do I weaponize that?
Well, like, we tried to find the weapons of mass destruction, but they weren't there.
Can I use my
Hey.
+7 in history to explain to him the agricultural history of the region and why it makes sense they would want to use golems?
Sure. Give me that.
That actually sounded fairly reasonable for this group.
25.
Okay. So with a 22 intimidation and a 25 history to explain the benefits of, agriculture in a frozen tundra, while not fully relinquishing this idea, this person at least sighs, realizes that you're not probably like some type of turncoat. Still not happy with the outcome, but is going to take it and says, all right, well, since you didn't make an actual effect that we wanted, we can't give you the credit for the full.
Au contraire, the paperwork said to observe and report.
This is correct.
If you had a specific report in mind, why did you send this to begin with?
Well, number 3 was neutralizing the threat, which
If there was one, which there isn't, because they're using them to farm. Did you want me to do a war crime? I can blow shit up if you want me to blow shit up, but
I believe that you believe there is no threat. I am not completely convinced that there is no threat. So until we 100% confirm that, we won't give you the full level sea level, but you did manage to do a valid amount of this. So we were going to give you a 50 for this. You are going to get 50 points for this. Cassandra, since you are the most vocal, tell me what you want to have as your most persuasive, give us points.
I feel like we followed it to the guidelines. And just because they assumed there was a threat and there isn't one, I don't think we should get points
2
taken
words, mission
because of their faulty
fulfilled.
assumption.
Just saying.
So
if you wanted a different result, you should have given a different mission.
If we're going back to the party, though, what specifics do they want?
If you don't trust us, why would you send us to begin with? He wants a very specific outcome, which is us committing a war crime.
But at least for right now, Cassandra, give me a persuasion check. This will be how many extra points you get.
23.
I was going to only give you 20 points for this. You did do tasks for us, but I wasn't really going to give you 50. However, I will give you twice that. I will give you 40. So it'll still pump you up quite a bit, but just shy of the full 50. I believe that is more than fair.
When you verify for yourselves by sending someone who you apparently trust more than us that we were in fact correct, will we get the rest of the points?
Cassandra, give me an insight check.
Okay.
I'm not going to send someone to fair.
21.
This person isn't lying when they say yes to that question, but the caveat is like, if anybody was to come and tell them what you told them, he wouldn't trust them. So the caveat of someone you trust, he's like, yeah, obviously, because the only people who I trust would tell me what I want to hear. So you don't really think you're going to get the points, but it is what it is.
Well, I'd be complaining to the director because this is bullshit.
But with good points, you are getting 40 points to your license score. So with an original 48, that brings you to a new total of 88 points.
Whoa.
And how many do we need?
100.
Oh, excellent.
Partial credit for having
Let's
integrity.
go do the 3. Let's do like 4 getting a cat out of a tree and graduate.
I mean, you could do 12 really small things.
Wasn't there a end of the world one, though, that we should have taken care of?
So this was basically like part 1 of the end of the world.
Okay.
Because they were like, oh, these people are worshiping this strange god, and this god likes death, and they want to kill everybody. And then you went there, and they're like, oh, these are just people.
They want to do a 9/11 on the Ice Shroud Dominion.
See, you guys went over and joined Red Note, and they came back. All right, well, you have at least gotten your points. And this quest is complete for now. You have a event in a few days if you wish to go back. You know how to get back. And you also have your Alorium here. So if you want to do some small quests to get yourself up to 100, you could do that. And you also have that thing of, wanting to talk to the director. So that's something you could do. Probably not today because at this point, everything's kind of like ending. But you could at least have that as your next step tomorrow.
I guess we should go look at the board and see what else is up.
Sure. You go to the board. You do see that there are some new quests, minor, medium, and I will post that in our chat. But for the rest of the night, you've basically got to find a place to stay. Would you like to stay in the same hotel that you guys have been staying in, or would you like to go anywhere else?
Let's try someplace new.
Do you want to go to the one place that some of you tried to go and then you got attacked by a tiger?
Nope.
Sure.
I killed that.
Yeah.
I still have it. Don't want to experience it again.
Okay, wait, I'm confused. We went to a place and had to fight a tiger?
It's like session 3.
It's after I burned the building down and everybody disbanded away from me for a little while, and you guys went out into was it to the spa or whatever?
We wanted to go to a hotel and.
Where was I during that one?
You stayed at the regular hotel.
Yeah, but where was I in real life though? Because I don't remember that at all.
You were here.
You were there. It's just in real life. This was a year ago, so
it was directly after I burned down the gambling hall.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because then they showed up at the scene of the crime with Eustace wrapped up in the tiger's thing.
Yep.
That I remember. Because isn't that where I gained my ghost speaking ability?
Well, that's when you
Yep.
first realized you had it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they rebuild? Should we go looking?
They didn't rebuild, but they did at least clear the spot. So, all right, I'm going to say that you guys go to the Golden Griffin Inn, which is the place that you had been before.
I was just thinking new place, new stories, new drama to listen.
And as you stay for the night, you would have gotten a long rest, but I think nothing really has happened since your last long rest. We will pick up here in the Golden Griffin Inn next time. Thank you for listening to Remedial Adventuring. The outro song is Thinking Doc by Anachronite, and our various ambient tracks are by Bardify. Our players have asked to remain anonymous, at least for now, but I have been your DM, Adam Souza. I'm putting together the next episode now, which should go live in about 2 weeks. So thanks again for listening, and I hope to see you again.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about asking for help.